It's time, yes. How exciting. We are celebrating a birthday here at the craft store, which is brilliant. It's brilliant for you, it's brilliant for us, and it's brilliant for you, Charmain, because it's Dolly Dimples' birthday. So you haven't bought donuts, but you've got something even better for us, haven't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't bring donuts, I'd eat them all.
Absolutely, they'd all be gone long before the show, but you have got...
Oh, the die.
Oh, the die. A free gift if you are buying any of the items from the Dolly Dimples one-day special shows, which is 6 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, midday tomorrow, 4 p.m. tomorrow, one per customer over the next 24 hours within these shows. This die set should be £24.99. In fact, will be, you know, like it's so yours though for free if you're buying within the shows in the next 24 hours, and it is awesome. And this is the die that we really have been waiting for, Charmain, isn't it?
Well, it mixes and matches. Who's Mitches?
Mitches and matches.
Mitches and matches. It mixes and matches with the other on the edge die. So this is on the edge 7, I believe. I'm just trying to remember. Which
it
one?
is, yeah, it's number 7, yeah.
There's a few, and I was like, which one have I got so far that I've released? So it's number 7, and it mixes with the other ones. It also mixes.
Mitches.
Mitches.
That's going to be the word of the day now, isn't it? Mitches,
Mitch,
new
Mitch.
word.
Anybody out there called Mitch?
Mitch and Match.
Please email in.
But look at how many different elements there are to it. It's great. Cut it in, cut it out. I mean, it's absolutely dying for some paper piecing and some colour. And I tell you what, you want to see as well just what has been done with this one die alone. I mean, you definitely want this. If you've already got the others in the collection so far, definitely you're going to want this. And in the next 24 hours, buy anything from the shows and the one-day special Dolly Dimples shows, and it's yours for free, which is amazing. Right, let us see what we've got as the one-day special. Is it a proud moment celebrating a birthday, by the way?
It depends which birthday it is.
Yeah,
it's actually, I'll let you in a little secret,
Go
it's
on.
actually our 6th birthday.
Oh, is
so
it?
There's a little bit of a hiccup there, but I'm liking it because
Well,
I'm coming up to a birthday in November of my own personal birthday, and I think I'm going to go for a 49th birthday this year.
Sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like a plan to me. Right, OK, you ready to look at the one-day special then? Which is a gigantic, enormous stamp collection for you. And you will see straight away how that free die and the stamps that we've got here come together beautifully.
They do, they do.
But we don't want you to buy this. No, 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 no. You can have a look at it, by all means. Have a look at it, digest the details, etc., etc. But have a look at the stencils that are brand new at the bottom of the screen there for you. 4 for the price of 3 here. And again, we don't want you to buy that either, but we're going to take the saving. We're going to take the saving from that, thank you very much, and we're going to take it to a complete collection. So there are 2 one-day specials in effect, aren't they? The stamps or indeed the stencils as a bundle. But you want to get the whole jolly lot, don't you? Because when you can see how these worlds collide so beautifully, you will definitely want to enjoy this. Extra savings, of course, if you are a Freedom member, bringing that price right the way, tumbling right the way down to £71.94. Plus, of course, remember, one per customer, you will be getting the free die set as well. And that should be £24.99, remember. But not for you today. One per customer over the next 24 hours in these shows. That die is free. Are you ready? Let's dive into the stamps and have a little look right the way through, because there is so much to go at here as well. I am absolutely loving, as always, Charmain, just how broad, just how exciting, just how vibrant everything Dolly Dimples does is.
You look at that. You've got the covers for inspiration. You look at the images there, and you can see all these piles and piles and piles of samples behind.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that some of them have come from those, would
No.
you?
No, absolutely. Some big surprises coming over the next 24 hours for you. Let me tell you, they're absolutely extraordinary. I mean, really cool. I love it. I love just your use of
Woo.
Yeah, there's not a word. There's not one word that you can use to kind of bring it all together. Yeah, that's a good one actually. Woo is definitely a good word for you. It's brilliant. I love it. It's like rummaging around inside your mind, and I love it because it is wonderfully bonkers. But it's so much fun. You know, the vibe about this is really lovely. It's truly you, and you've got a lot of people who follow Dolly Dimples and just love how it all works together because it's very happy as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't do doom and gloom.
No, I
you don't see me if I'm down.
No.
You just don't see me because I'm not passing doom and gloom on to anybody else. Nobody needs it. No, you can go bright and vibrant, you can tone it down, you can go monochrome, you could just stamp and emboss in gold and silver, put some colour behind it. The complete collection here all works in conjunction with each other and with past collections as well, which you'll see within the samples, and when we get to them further down the counter, we'll explain those.
Honestly,
isn't that amazing?
This is just a world you've got to become part of. It really is. It's so beautiful. It's a world of colour. It's almost like, you know, if you weren't around for the whole flower power thing the first time around, or you know, you don't remember the 60s if you weren't there. Is that the phrase?
Yeah, I was born in the 70s, so.
Yeah,
but I remember the
late.
Curtains, you know, growing up with the wacky curtains and the things, and the dresses and all the stuff like that. But I mean, I love the 60s and 70s styles, and even the 80s as well. But this will cross over into so many things because the little stamps you can do, dragonflies, butterflies with them, you can do flower scenes with them, you can just mix and match. How awesome is that?
Honestly,
I mean,
this is the one
turned into a dragon.
Yeah.
Samantha Lang did that, and previously on another show I brought on a recycled box, the book wrap box. So what you've got in your hand is a book wrap.
Yeah.
And I decorated it up using the handmade papers. Yeah. And she's done the same sort of thing, but she's used mediums on it and decorated it up using one of the stamp sets and cut it, embossed it. And one of her tips today, because she did a live today at 1 o'clock, it's actually it's tagged over into the Dolly Dimples group as well. Yeah. And what she's done is she said, if you use shades of gold, how different people bring out, it gives you like automatic shading as well.
Ah,
Isn't it
okay.
Awesome?
I love it.
It's amazing how different people see different things in it, whereas one of the girls has done it as a mountain scene.
Yeah. I know. I mean, there's so many different ways you can take that. I just think that is absolutely brilliant. And to know that there's a live to show you how to make that once your complete collection arrives. Yeah. Can I just say, though, you are going to have to get your skates on this one. It's not like anyone's resting on their laurels to get this because, did I hear 20%? 20% of the complete collection already sold out and gone. We're, what, 8 minutes into the show? So I would just, in the nicest possible way, can I nudge you and say, right, come on.
The front cover of that one, Derek, is done with the papers that are coming up. So the paper collection will mix and match. So that is just one of the sheets of paper.
Fabulous.
So you don't have to do any thought around it. But then when you go inside, what Sue's done is she's mixed the papers up, used the dies, used the on-the-edge stamps, used the dies to create that effect as well, and then mixed in the previous stamps that was on the show before. And you can see the one that's die cut there in pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that one, the opposite side.
Oh, this one here, yeah.
Yeah, that matches one of the stamps perfectly. So your new stamps today, and as I've been saying, when we've brought stuff out, there will be other ones that come. So the die matches the stamp perfectly. So you can die cut one side, stamp the opposite side, so they work in conjunction with each other.
It's absolutely awesome. Am I allowed to show them this one?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, right. So your free die, if you're buying from any of the shows, one per customer over the next 24 hours, this die set here, that should be $24.99, that's coming your way for free as part of Dolly Dimples' 5th birthday celebration, 5th, 6th, however many, who cares? Who cares? Because this is so lovely. We'll have this no matter which birthday it is.
Yeah.
Now, you made this, didn't you?
No, it's not me. I can't take credit for that.
Okay,
I made the die, yes.
Right, yes, you made the die, but who made what I'm about to show you?
That's Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie is one of our designers.
Right, okay, so look at that die very, very quickly. Actually, let me show you the board again very, very quickly, because that shows you what the die cuts in and out. And look at the shapes that you've got there, and look at what Anne-Marie has created from that.
As soon as I seen it, I said, Anne-Marie, can I demo that? That is absolutely awesomeness of awesomeness. But I added some words at the front of it and at the back of it that you just can't say. It was just absolutely unreal. I love it. I absolutely adore it.
It's just beautiful. I love it. I think it's really, really cool. And it just shows you the breadth of the possibilities with this one-day special. It is going bonkers left, right and centre. Lots of you putting this into your basket. Please do check out as quickly as you possibly can. It's such an exciting collection. It's really, really good. The value for money is just awesome, I have to say, particularly if you're a Freedom member. It is a why not as well, so if you're not a Freedom member so far, use the savings in this one-day special to compensate for your first month's Freedom membership, and then you can save FUI to postage for the rest of the month. I mean, hello.
I like that, FUI to postage.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, well, postage is so 2011, isn't it? Just get it in as part of your
outdated, isn't it?
Part of your Freedom membership, and it means you can buy what you want and when you want, and never have to think of that extra $3.95 that goes onto the order. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. $3.95 is a good postage charge. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. I work for this company. I love them. I love my job.
It gets paid for it.
But you know what? If for less than 2 lots of postage, you can get a Freedom membership, which then covers your postage for the rest of the month, I'd be like, yes, thank you very much. So when I want one tape runner, one paint, one set of glue dots, whatever it might be, then I can do it without ever having to think about it. It just makes great sense. Now, this is the only item number you need in this show, 865683. Jump it into the app, the computer, whatever, give us a call, get it sorted, get it ordered right now. Now, to go with this, you're definitely going to want those papers from the samples that we've seen so far. You definitely want to be part of what's going on here. 73 elements in total going on in this set here. It is just stunning. It is just awesome. Again, the vibrancy in the colours here, Charmain, is just truly and utterly dream-worthy. Again, it is quintessential, isn't it, Dolly Dimples?
Quintessential, that's a big word, isn't it?
Oh, it is. But it is, look at that. I mean, that's awesome. That looks like it took days and days of creation, and it was
an
lovely.
oil and water technique.
So clever, honestly.
It was really, really good fun. And that one that you've just gone past, I did one in a live on Crafting Together with All Brand. Yeah. And I added to the background. So I think I'd done like jelly prints, and then I added to it, and they went, oh, you should make that as a backing paper. I went, yep, note to self. Done. Just add a little bit to it.
It's done.
Yep.
And look, just look at all of the detail. I think, honestly, the quality of what you've got here is just totally awesome. I mean, you never want this to end, do you? There's a mixture
of our cream card, there's a mixture of our mixed media card, and then there's a mixture of the paper, the cream paper. So they're all printed on a cream car. It's a 120 GSM, so you can ink on it, you can stamp on it, you know, you can add to it as well. But it stops that white core.
Yes.
You know, of like the fear factor.
Yeah.
You know, slap a piece down, and some of them are just really, really fast cards in themselves. Yeah. Or it's backing, or if you want a die cut, it just all mixes and matches and makes life much easier when you're playing.
And that's the thing I love with Dolly Dimples, because and it's you're the spark of creation, and you put together papers like this so beautifully that still allow us to have lots and lots of fun and really inject ourselves into that. And I think that's really, truly important, because you've got something there. You never need to be afraid of starting a new project, because you've got so much to go at there. Those clocks are really divine.
I love the clocks. You just keep seeing the clocks pop into different different kits. But
and see, look at that. Just as a design element.
If you just chop 2 of those, you know, straight down the middle, across the middle there, you've got 2 toppers straight away, and just add a little bit to it, nice fast cards. Or you can take it to another level and put more on. Your little added extras, border strips.
Yeah. Your little,
just fun
like
elements to add to your cards. So you start with something like this, and then it gets your imagination growing. And then you think, oh, well, hang on a minute, I've got a die that'll cut me an awful.
Yeah.
Or I'll draw around a cup and make a circle and cut out this and start layering up, and you've got fun cards. So it gets your juices flowing and your creative already.
And you think straight away of all the things that you've got in your stash right now and all the different types of crafting that you do as well. So some of these I'm thinking, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to just put that in a frame and up it goes on the wall, look beautiful.
Oh,
some of them I'm thinking cards, some I'm thinking journal pages, some I'm thinking mixed media, upcycling, all of those kind of things. And again, it just gets, you're right, it just gets those creative juices flowing, doesn't it?
Just going through it, I mean, I did a little quick flick through on a live where I was trying to choose which one, and they're all go,
that one, you know, that one, yeah, every single one. We could be at this for hours, couldn't we? It's wonderful. Make sure you add that to your order as well. 692035. Bear in mind, if you're buying just that and you're loving just that, you would still get the free die. There's one per customer over the next 24 hours of the products that are in the Dolly Dimples happy birthday shows, if you like, which are the one-day special hours over the next day. £28.99. So even that, you've got a £10 saving. And if it's the only item that you're going for, that extra £25 die comes along for the ride. Thank you very much. Right, let's go to the website because everything is there individually if you want to go for individual stamp sets. We have already had a sellout. The On the Edge stamp set 1 has already sold out individually on its own, so it's only available in the one-day special or the complete collection. And I would imagine, yeah, honestly, it's going absolutely crazy. It's bonkers tonight. You love Dolly Dimples, and you love it's all. Do you know what? As well, it's like riot of colour, and I love that. I mean, let's not be afraid to absolutely go for it. Colour, this breaks your kind of safety boundaries, doesn't it? You might be confined into certain colour palettes or whatever. This breaks you free of all that. The overall collection, by the way, a quarter of the stock of the entire complete collection now has sold out and gone. Gosh, we are only 16 minutes into the 24 hours. Look lively if you have this in your basket, I would say. Lots of people, I would imagine, will be signing up as Freedom members if they're not as well. Get that sorted and just enjoy swimming in this carnival of colour for the next 24 hours. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. So seatbelts on, buckled up and ready to go. Where are we going to start, Charmaine? Right,
you chose what we were going to do first.
I did.
OK, so we're going for a version of that one. Yep.
We are, which is this one here. Let me show you. We're going to go straight into a bit of a riot of colour, and we're going to bring in a little bit of everything here, aren't we?
Yep. So we're going to start off with one of the stencils. Okay.
Yep.
So we've got that one, and we'll do a twofer. I always do a twofer because I don't like waste and I don't like cleaning. So we're going to start with some peacock feathers because I love that. We're going to rub that on like so. So I'm going to do kind of speed crafting on this one, she says. I'm not bothered about it blending too much because we are going to cover some up. And then I'm going to go in with the blue print sketch. I struggle with that one for some reason, and I'm going to pop that kind of half on and half off of the previous one that I've just done. Okay. So we have got a little bit of blend on there. And as I said, I'm working on my mixed media, which is in the brown shop. Not the brown shop, the brand shop. Get that one on and down we go. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab the Lucky Clover. Woohoo. So we're kind of going with a blue theme. What theme did I go with that one?
It was sort of tealy yellow and pink and green. There's a little bit of everything in there. So, in true Charmaine style.
So it's quite strong. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this one round. I'm going to shove it up a little bit. And I'm going to avoid the areas that I've already done, and I'm going to aim for the colours to be where the colours are that I've already placed on my stencil.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off with the clover at the bottom. We're going to put a little bit on the bottom there. And if it crosses over, it doesn't matter. Then we're going to go for the... Got a tickle on my nose. That's really frustrating. Sorry, guys.
That means something, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it means I'm going to punch you. So there you go. The saying is completely wrong because I wouldn't do that. That's what I was told. If you get an itchy nose, it means you're going to have a fight with somebody.
Oh, really? I can't see you ever fighting with anyone.
Nah.
30% of the complete collection sold out and gone now. Again, just enjoy the demos because that's the thing to do is get your order in right now, and then you can sit back, relax, and just enjoy the next 24 hours and just And just look forward to getting this, and save all of these shows as well, of course. You've got them on Rewind for the next 60 days as well, an inspiration. As Charmain says, they do lives as well on crafting together with all brands, and the Dolly Dimples Facebook page as well, which is a brilliant community, which is just growing and growing and growing, and you will learn every day from that completely.
Thought I'd lost it. Not my marbles, because I never had them. Right, OK, what I'm doing now is I'm just going to spray some water, because I can't find my big spray bottle. There is spray water in here. Nope, I'm going to go back to Derek and I'm going to dig deep for my water. But oh no, it's coming.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's arrived. Either that or you've pulled out a perfume rather than the water.
Secret vodka. There we go. The pump's got its action.
There we go.
Right, so that is the negative that's going on there. So we don't do negatives in my world. We do positives and positives and rid the negative. And I'm just going to grab a piece of my handmade paper just to soak up any excess, and then we will lift and we will move down the bottom here, which will give me a twofer, and this is for Ron, and if you've not met Ron, he's a great crafter. So we'd let that dry naturally, and then later on in the show we'll use that one, so I don't need to use that one now.
Ron?
Yeah, Ron, later on.
Later on?
Later on. So we'll put that to one side, and this is how I get a twofer. So what I did when I did my last live is I will wipe that off so it's ready to use for later. But I just keep spraying it until I've got rid of the paint that's on there, or the ink in this case.
Yeah.
And then you've got a piece ready, put in your stash, ready to pull out and a starting point.
It's something you always do, isn't it? And I think it's really such a good idea. Always have another sheet to the side, ready
for action.
Because that's the way you clean
and you
your
can
stencil.
just overlay with different stencils as well. So we're going to bring that one back in. That one's going over there for Ron. Actually, just pop him over a little bit further. And then what we're going to use is we are going to use, not the stamp press. I can't find where I've put something again. Charmain, will you ever be organised?
It's how now.
How now?
Oh, how now, brown cow. How you decide which stamp that you're going to go for next, because actually in this you've got, what is it, 60 stamps to choose from in this complete collection. They are brilliant, and do you know, it's not often that you look at a sheet of stamps and you have to really kind of rein yourself in and go, right, okay, look, I mean, look at that selection there. Which one would you go for? Because you kind of want to go with all of them, don't you? And you kind of want to go, OK, which ones fit within which ones, and which ones can I overlay? And I've just got a really good idea for that being a sun ray, and maybe it's sitting within that one, or the little bubbly one there, the little bubbly one going into the big bubbly one. That's going to look a bit like, what was Lou Withers saying earlier? Bubble wrap. It's going to look a little bit like that, isn't it? Then you've got the flowers and the leaves, and I love just how many, and that's just one of the stamp sets, by the way. They just... Then we go with this one. You think, oh gosh, is that? That's a whole new set of flowers and petals. And then you think, well, also with your stamping, you can kind of bend and flex and just use elements. You can use the complete stamp. You can take elements out of them as well. It's really, really cool. And then you've got the bigger stamps in the collection, which are, I mean, they are awesome. They really are, and the different things that you can make up. See, I've just thought of those two being a little bit looking like, that looks a little bit like a chess pawn, doesn't it? Or it could be a loud hailer, it could be all sorts. This little people, which you can have popping up here, there, and absolutely everywhere. Have you found what you were looking for, Charmain?
My marbles.
We're never going to find those.
Those two that you're talking about match perfectly with, I think it's On the Edge die set number 1 or number 2. I'm sure it's number 1.
Okay.
And they match perfectly with that as well. So,
amazing.
like I say, previous ranges, I designed quite a lot to go with each other, but I didn't want to bring it out all in one go.
Yes.
Can you imagine me coming on and saying, this is £1,600?
Yes.
You know, it's ridiculous. So
yes.
Stagger it through the year so that they work perfectly in conjunction, and you can mix and match those things together. So that's what it's about.
And sometimes if you have too much, that's a good point actually, if you have too much as one go, I mean, you could have released it all at the same time, but sometimes
you just won't play with it all, would you?
If you get to, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You'd be overwhelmed by too much. If there's an ongoing story, you know now with the edge ones as well, you can kind of build that. You know, I see how people have built like journal and little books here, and you can continue that story and make existing stories bigger as well, which I love. Right.
Okay, we are going to use the free gift.
Oh, we're loving this.
The way that I see it is anybody who orders is going to get it anyway.
Yeah,
so
everyone gets it. Yeah.
This particular one is probably like the daddy. And what I'm going to say, this is the daddy, and the daddy has got a mummy that goes with, yeah? Okay, apart from my tape. And if you want it to be that size, as you see, you add that one to it later. Put this one in first, then decide how you want to cut it to make it bigger or smaller.
Yeah.
We'll explain it later. I'm not going to use that one right now.
Okay.
I will use it.
Okay.
Because we've decided what we're doing next, haven't we, Derek?
Yes, I think we have, yeah.
Okay, so we pop that one in and we die cut this one, and what I'm actually going to do is get it in the machine. So I've got my sandwich, but I've arranged these for a twofer for later.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing my die cutting, but what I actually want is I want the outline piece.
Oh, the negative, the overall negative is for something else, is
we
it?
We don't do negatives, Derek.
The what do we call it?
Second positive.
Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, right. Remember that. I've banked that. Second positive.
And then I still call it negative.
This is like earlier we were saying we don't say repeats here. We say returning favourites.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just remember that one as well.
Returning favourites.
Yeah, returning favourites.
Right. I'm now thinking about burping. Not that I want to burping. Oh, look, I've got a returning favourite.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's cheese and onion. Anyway.
Why do I have to say these things?
Stop
Moving
it.
on
Stop
quickly.
it. Don't say it to me, especially. Even less so to Adam.
Oh.
You got Adam at 8 o'clock.
And he heard what I called him earlier, didn't I?
Yes, he did.
Right, so we've got this piece, and this is, if we cut this nice and equal either side, we've actually got a design there. So if I pulled this back in like so, and we've got a pretty pattern behind there, you can see how it takes on a different look. So it's using these pieces in conjunction with each other, so there is no waste.
Plus, you've just made a new stencil.
Yes, yes. Okay, so we're jumping ahead. So what we've got is we've got the die cut pieces, which obviously we'll use as die cut. We can colour tint these, whereas the one that I've done, I did it in black.
You did?
Okay, so Derek, what colour do you think I should colour tint it?
Oh, my word.
Is it going to take you a while to decide?
Oh, no, responsibility. Yeah, that one. What's it called?
It's called Shocking Light Green. It's actually called Twisted Citron.
Lovely.
So it will keep in with this, but we could have just gone with the black. So we're just going to colour tint this, really professional. Slap it on. Now I will have a little bit of a mixture on my brush here, so we're going to get what's on there and what was previously on there. So if I go in at the front where I've picked up that colour, if I spin it round and go towards the back end here, I should have the blue that was on before. So I move my brush around so we can get different colours on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you'll have a little bit of shade in here. And we do this one as well.
Instant shading.
Yeah. So I like to die cut out of black and I like to die cut out of white. I also like to keep that blooming tape on. Get off you. I'm glad I noticed you. So that really annoys me when it does that, because then you've got this shiny bit and you pull it off and it's white underneath.
Just very, very quick update.
Yep.
Just because they're coming thick and fast tonight. Third of the stock now of the complete collection. I know.
No, that's
and
it. No more stock.
When it's gone, it's gone. By the way, as well, just as we're talking about things moving so quickly, I should maybe mention, I didn't think we'd be mentioning this until at least tomorrow morning, but the free gift is while stocks last. So the sooner you get your order in, the sooner you are guaranteed to. Remember, that's if you're buying anything on the Dolly Dimples birthday show. So 6 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, 8 a.m. tomorrow, midday tomorrow, and 4 p.m. tomorrow, maybe. You will get this die set, which is your On the Edge number 7, $24.99 value on that, comes to you for free. There's one per customer over the next 24 hours while stocks last. And I didn't think I'd be saying the while stocks last bit anywhere near halfway through the first show, Charmain.
No, I didn't either.
But there you go. Hey ho, on we go.
Right, okay, the piece that I've just die cut out, on the front side of it, like I said, if I don't get the paint going over the other side, but if I do, I'll end up painting it anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to create a wee little background. I'm going to go over the top of what I've placed, so we're going to go with a pink one there. Going to position this over here like so.
Oh, I had read your mind then.
Yeah.
Oh,
you told me to do it.
Honestly,
it was your decision. You said do that one. So I put away what I was going to do,
No, I didn't realise
Derek.
the whole you've just made a new stencil thing was actually a thing.
You didn't figure it out?
No.
Okay.
You know, I'm very slow on the uptake.
Me too. So we're going to have that one. Do I have it going that way, Derek, or shall we spin it round that way?
Yeah, that way.
That way?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm going to stick with the pink. So if you want to know what paint I'm using, you can use any sort of acrylic paint or water-based paint if you want, but this one is the Dilutions one. I'm sure we've had it on here before. So I'll pop that on there.
Yeah, I've heard that talked about here.
It's nice and bright, and
Beautiful.
the cameras can see it.
Yeah.
So we've got one more down here.
If colours came with volume levels, you'd be max everyone.
No, this is shouty.
Everyone is max.
Okay, so we've got that one on there.
Love it.
And because I've splodged over, because I went underneath, I'm going to trim that. Simple as that.
Yep.
Or I'd stick something else on. So I'm going to put this one to one side because this is for Ron.
Yeah.
We're not going to waste that because we're going to make that into another card as well later on.
Very good.
So put that in there. I'm just going to stick with the 3 pink ones. I could add more in, but I think what I'm going to actually do is what am I actually going to do? I am going to stamp on it, aren't I, Derek?
You are?
So I'm just going to pop them out. So I'm taking out the little bits, and the little bits that pop out, the other positive, are absolutely awesome to use, and you will probably see later on in some of my other demos.
They'll be able to help you make another fantasy creature, won't they?
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave those bits in, but you can pop them. You can pop them out, but I'm actually going to leave those ones in just for speed.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So we pop some out. I have got a load that are already popped out, but come on, don't rush, Charmain. Just pop them out nicely. We'll pop these ones out because I want to. Where's my pokey finger?
For me, that's part of the pleasure of crafting as well. Is
popping the bits out.
I do love popping the bits out.
I do too. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it, Derek?
Yeah. Because some people say, "Oh, just get one of those." Like the tool you've got the other end, they'll use the brush, and it's like, no, that's half the fun.
I've used what's it called now? I've used my scissors. I've used my pokey tools. I've used all sorts of a pin. I've used all sorts of it. But all these tiny little bits that pop out, they're absolutely awesome bits. They were designed to be extra pieces.
Yeah.
So like, say, for example, that one, you put 2 of them together, face it that way, and you've got different shaped leaf.
Yeah.
Obviously, the teeny little bits, nah. So you put that one down there. And, oh, I didn't do an extra one of you, did I? Oh, bottom fish bananas. Well, I've got one in there. Right, we'll leave that one as that, and we'll come back to that in a minute.
She's
so I'm
cleaned
going to
that
get
up.
me glue. What are you laughing at, Derek?
You've cleaned that up, haven't you?
What?
Whatever
Oh,
you
my
said
bottom
there.
fish banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cleaner than earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, me glue. Usually it's bananas, bottom fish.
It's very good. She knows
Where's
she's
the
on
glue
the
gone?
telly.
It was here a second ago. I've just used it. Right, over to you, Derek.
I don't know. Right, I'll tell you now. It's actually, you know why? Because Charmain's having to think 3 times as quick as she thought she was going to now, which is like it's no mean feat. Because today's a Monday, we're now up to 40% sold of the complete collection, which is one very good because there's lots of people now who are going to get that wonderful on the edge dies free. Of course, there's one per customer for everyone shopping in this show, whether you're going for anything that's in this show, there's one per customer for you, and that's the On the Edge set number 7. But yeah, 40% of the stock in just over half an hour has it's kind of yeah,
The building.
just a little bit, yeah. It's taken us all a little bit
If you're going to say by surprise, are you saying you don't like it, Derek?
No, it's not
I'm only
that.
joking.
It's the speed at which it's happening.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to go so quick.
Usually that happens over a slightly more gradual period over the 6 o'clock and the 8 o'clock hour, but this is a particularly busy. I think a lot of people are kind of saying, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. I'm absolutely going to treat myself. Or continue that Dolly Dimples story, and this really, you know, gets everything together nicely.
I'm just thinking that I know Robbie is going to be watching, now sat in the hotel room watching, thinking about all the packing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love a good bit packing.
Yeah, which is why we had to send him out of the building, quite frankly.
You were like, no.
Yeah, no. He needs to be compensated right now for what's about to arrive.
Yes, he'll be enjoying a nice glass of something cold.
Yes, absolutely. Something cold and fizzy to prepare himself for the almighty task of satisfying your orders. And I have to say, giving away a lot of product, Charmaine, at the same time.
Oh, yeah, he's quite good at giving away a lot of products. So we've got 3 on. I will do this one later, and we're going to grab some stamps in here now, OK? So we'll move them ones because we're not going to get rid of them, and I'll clean my mess up in a second. So, Derek, which stamps are we going to use?
I tell you what.
Top, middle or bottom?
See, the thing is, on that sheet, you just want everything, don't you?
OK, so
we
we'll
want
do a
kind
few.
of a mid-size one, do we, for that?
OK, so we go with a big one, yeah?
OK, yeah, let's go big. Go big or go home, they say, don't they?
Go big or go home. So we're going to keep this bit. We're going to keep this bit flat.
Yeah.
And we're not going to raise up on this. We're going to keep this one flat because I'm going to raise it up later on. And we're going to grab some ink, different coloured ink pads here. So what haven't I got on the table? So we are going to go pick a colour. Too slow, we've got turquoise. What did you say? Orange. Orange, right, OK. Orange in me here. We've got sort of an orange. Pick another colour, Derek.
I was thinking yellow, but is yellow too...
No, we want yellow. We have yellow. Look at flowers.
Is it too low volume, though, for this composition?
No, if you want yellow, we put yellow on.
OK, all right.
You look at flowers and you look at nature, there's every colour out there going, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it on one page, and if it looks naffy, I'm going to blame Derek.
That's fine, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay,
It's a huge responsibility when you ask me to make decisions like this.
I'm going to stamp over the top so you can see it's coming over, so I'll just press down a little bit more so it's going over the top. You could mask things off and stamp if you want, but I'm just building up some wee layers on here, and then we're going to add to it. So it's just a simple, we've already got one that's done. We're going to chop that bottom bit off because I can't be bothered to die cut another one at the moment.
Yeah.
We're going to have that one over there, and then we're going to switch. So did you say a medium one and you want yellow?
Yes, I did.
That's as close as yellow as you're going to get in there without me rooting any more. So a medium one and yellow. So we're going to take this one here, which is like little dots, and I've done a T-shirt just using these. I showed you it, didn't I, Derek?
Yes, you did, yeah.
And then I was working on a piece, because we do what we call like Blue Peter style. You know, here's one that I made earlier. And I was letting it dry, and it fell over, which is, you know, the big canvas behind. And it fell
onto the T-shirt.
And it fell onto the T-shirt. Charmain said, bottom fish bananas in capital letters.
Yes, she did.
When she looked. Yeah. And I will show the T-shirt.
And it's so nice as well. It's beautiful.
And I was going to wear it, Derek, and it's got a big dirty mark on it, but I will do a T-shirt at 8 o'clock. Which is faster than what I'm doing right here. And it's just using these little dipsy stamps. It's really, really quick. So, little tiny one. Next colour, please.
Blimey.
Too slow, turquoise is coming.
You always end up at turquoise, don't you?
Yeah, it's my go-to. So we'll just add a couple of little bits in here. This is really, really busy, nice. But it's really, really cheery. You can go subtle if you want, or you can go full-on, in-your-face, shouty pants.
And you could use it for everything, can you? That's the thing.
It's an anything card, isn't it? Or it's an anything project. It could be a cover for a little book. It could be something that you pop on the wall. I'm just going to pop that one back. And I've just used one of the stamp sets there. I haven't gone to the other one. All I'm going to do now is grab your craft knife.
Do you know what I want to do to that? Do you know what I want to do to that? Is I want to fussy cut, I want to turn it 90 degrees, and I want to fussy cut down each side, and I want it, you know, like back in the day, there used to be those, strips of, those strips of wallpaper that would go in the middle of two wallpapers. I can't remember what it's called now. But like back in the 80s, and they were quite kind of like, you look at them now and you think, no. But actually, I quite like that kind of effect. I would want that somewhere. I don't know whether it's in a frame or on a wall, or just that as it is right now is truly, truly inspiring.
Do you want to go funky?
Well, that's quite funky already.
Right, yeah, but do you want to go funkier?
Go on, turn it up.
Okay, let's turn the heat up on this. We could do this. Okay, straight down the middle. So I'm going to go with a rotary cutter.
Rotary cutter. Hope the quilt police aren't watching.
If I had my bigger die cutting machine, my A41 with me, I could have put the die that matches the free gift. Okay. Now you said rotary, please. This is my paper one, and that's fine. And I have one for fabric as well.
Okay, that's
and the two don't get crossed over.
That's okay. Then.
My fabric one has some ribbon on it. I don't particularly like cutting with a rotary cutter on a glass mat. So I'm really quite nervous of doing it. You'd usually use a
cutting mat, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I much prefer my self-healing mat. Yeah. That's nothing to say there's anything wrong with the glass mat.
But it will just dull the blade quicker as well.
Preference. Right, scissors, because I haven't gone through. So we'll just go in there. We have a time check, Derek.
What's happening
I can't quite see. Gee, this was supposed to be fast, Charmain.
I know, but honestly, well, listen, people are happily watching away and getting their inspiration, and the orders, I mean, we are just about keeping up.
Oh my God, I'm just thinking of the packing now. Did I hear right then?
Yeah, just over 40% of the complete collection sold out and gone. Remember, the complete collection is a little bit of everything, plus your free gift as well. And once it's gone, it's gone. So grab this right now, because this is the first of, 5 live hours for the one-day special, isn't it? Okay, so lots of demoing, I'm thinking.
Oh, right. OK, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down. I won't waste the bits that I've trimmed because I can use them for die cutting. So I'm going to trim that section off. And Derek gave me an idea then.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, so we're going to change it from what we've got there. So you've got the sample there that I did.
Yes.
Before that you chose and said I like.
This one here, I loved this. I was drawn to it straight away. And actually, it was as much about its scale, to be honest, because that's what this stamp set and this stencil set leads you to. Bigger projects. Don't go shy and small with this. This is big and bold and beautiful. So use that as a way of going on a journey, because you know what, you can make that. You could make that image 5 times that size if you want to, and then you can do what Charmain's doing, and you can just take your favourite bits and trim them down and use different elements for different things. Maybe you're creating the base there for 5 or 6 different projects in one. Very easily.
OK, we've got some black card. So this is Dolly Dimples black card. And I've wiggled it, I've trimmed 2 bits. Wiggle it. Just a little bit. Trim 2 bits, spaced it out like that, and then we could build a scene on that with the dies if we want, or we could leave it as is. I quite like that as it is. So I'm just going to get that glued down.
That looks like an award now, by the way, I'm just saying.
It looks like what? An award?
An award. Like that's some kind of award. It just needs the words in the middle. So-and-so awarded to so-and-so for this, that,
You could mix it the other way, because you could take those 2 pieces and you could pop it together so it went like that if you wanted. But then if I was to do that, I would have to add some layers over the top of here to fuse it back together again. So, you know, there's lots of options that you can do, but we'll have it like that. So I'm going to pass over to you. Will you show the original that I did?
Yes, I will. Yes. This was the inspiration for this demo right now, which was by the way, just saying, this was going to be a quick demo. It's actually taken most of the show, but that's absolutely fine. Isn't it funny how you've got a plan in your mind, but then like in the show, things go in a different direction. I think that's wonderful, and I think that shows you've got a winner on your hands. Because I know, you know, I was going to call you Dolly then.
Yeah, people do.
I know.
I did a Facebook Live, and what was said in the live was, I ask simple questions and they can get free gifts. Basically, something out of my stash that I don't use anymore, or it might just be a paper bundle or something. So just give a little bit back. It's nice to get a little bit of happy post. And I put simple questions in, like I'll be using something, it'll be sat there, and I'll say like they've got Dilutions paint in my hand, and I'll go, right, my question is, what was the name of this paint that I used? You know, it's there in my hand. You know, it's really dark. And first person to say it gets it. And I said, OK, really, really simple one, because it's there on the page. And I said, what's my name? And somebody went, Dolly. That was it. I was wetting myself laughing.
I know.
So I had to give them as well.
What I was about to say was, Dolly here is the designer, but you know what? We've now got lots of ideas from that as well. You know, there are lots and lots of different directions you can take this. I mean, listen, if you were just buying like anything on this show and you've got the free die set, which is, you know, I mean, that's £25, all but a penny ordinarily, coming to you free, one per customer, while stocks last. I really didn't think I'd be emphasising that so strongly so early, but that free gift is while stocks last with any purchase in these shows. T's and C's are on the website for all of that, by the way, but it's basically as I've just said. But these are all the shapes. These are all the different possibilities within just that free die set. And if you think that actually it was Anne-Marie, wasn't it, managed to create this from that, and you just think there's such a lovely vibe going through everything that Dolly Dimples do. It's just phenomenal. Do you want to have a quick look at everything that's in the complete collection? Because I'm just aware that we haven't seen it for a wee while. We've seen bits of it, and we're seeing more and more of it as it comes through. Your complete collection... Sorry, Katie, say again. Oh, yes, I have got the stamps here, yes. Do you want to see the stamps? Because they are just awesome. There are 60 stamps in total. That's just one of the stamp sets. Now, if you wanted to start, as Charmain was, like just composing something, which one of those would you go for first? Because you want to go for them all, don't you? And you want to start putting them together, as Charmain just did there. And that's just one of the stamp sets. Hello. Here's the next one. Thank you very much. Oh, hang on. Let me just get a piece of card behind that. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Dolly. There you go. So there's the second one with more flowers and more beautiful elements. And I'm just looking up here and I'm thinking, OK, right, a few of those. So twist that one that way and that one that way. And what could we make with those? And that's brilliant. And then you've got, and these stamps here, these have sold out individually, by the way, these stamps. And these here, these match up with the, did you say it was the On the Edge series?
On the Edge die set number 1.
Die set number 1.
So this... You know the two little ones that you pointed out?
Yeah, these two here.
Those two matching with that, yeah.
Perfect. And you've also got this one which matches your free die. Everything matches here. I love it.
It matches the free die, but the other one at the other side of it, you can see the one that looks more like, say...
Like a balloon?
A balloon, no.
Or the leaf?
The flowery one, the actual stamp.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes. Oh, there's this border, yeah.
Yeah, that border matches the other die set, which is a bit further down as well.
Fabulous.
Which is the On the Edge die set number...
4.
Yeah, it could be number 4.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah. Katie's just said it in my ear, so I'm hoping that's true. We're going to have a look at those, shall we, in a minute? Shall we? We'll have a quick butcher's look, shall we? So all of those stamp sets are there for you. One of those stamp sets is sold out individually. Plus, then you've got the stencils as well, and the stencils are absolutely awesome. Love, love, love those. Everyone's going for the collection of stamps and stencils. It is going to be one of those where you do have to have it all. And I know that's said an awful lot, but you do, though, don't you? You absolutely do. It's phenomenal. And bear in mind that everyone shopping on the Dolly Dimples 5th birthday shows are getting the On the Edge die set number 7 free. One per customer over the next 24 hours shopping in these birthday shows. Just snap that up really, really quickly while you can. There's a lot of people who've checked out already and have got theirs secured, which is really, really good. OK, let's go and have a look at the die set, On the Edge die set number 4 then. We'll have a quick look at that on the... Oh, no, we'll have a little wander. There's a still of everything that you've got in this complete collection while I go for a little wander. I'm coming back, Charmain, don't worry, I'm coming back. So you get all of the stamps there and all of the stencils in that collection. Right, OK, let's go On the Edge. I feel like I'm on the edge myself here. OK, right, so here is the die set for On the Edge number 4. Oh, so it's 2 die sets, yes, right, OK. So 23 dies in total, Circlips and On the Edge number 4. Very, very nice. And they're the ones, yes, that match the stamps in the one-day special as well. Superb. Love, 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 love. Let me show you the boards here that I've got as well, because they're all so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. There you go. So here's the way of using these on the edge. Very, very beautiful. Love it. Very, very nice indeed. Is there a little bit of a winter feel to that one? So these are all the different combinations that you can create. Getting very, very busy already for these. Not surprised one bit. It's beautiful. I love a big die that does lots and lots of different things, and I love the fact that you don't have like a prescription for a die. You don't say, right, okay, this die will do A. That's it. End of story.
I mean, many years ago, I mean, I've given a lot of dies off because many years ago I bought them and they did one thing, or you'd cut it up and see what else you could do with it. But I wanted a die where you could look at it straight away and go, well, actually, I can do a few things. So I can do it for my journals, I can do it for my keepsake books, I can do it for my memory albums, I can do it just for the edge of a card, I can fold a card over and die cut into it, and I've got little pockets and things like that, and mix and match around there with them. And
I just love it.
You know, it's a quite funky one to use, but I also needed the other die to be separate to it so that you could have it as big page or you could have it as border strip. And then you can just layer and layer and layer, and that's just cool.
Definitely, it's all about potential and possibility, isn't it? Again, that's a while stocks last, so I guess it's when it's gone for that one. You can see all the details, you can see it in closer detail as well on our website. 293418 is your item number there. You've got 2 flexes on that. Thank you very much as well. Because that's on the show, if you're buying just that, of course, you'll get die set on the edge number 7 as well as your free gift, because there's one per customer. For those over the next 24 hours in these Dolly Dimples Happy Birthday shows. Wonderful. Right, OK. Had you lost something? I'd forgotten.
My marbles. OK, what I've done is I've taken a piece of the paper out of the paper kit. I've glued it onto a piece of our black card, and I take my bone folder, and what I do is, like your wallpapering, I do this to get rid of any creases, bumps or lumps, OK? And then I've already glued one down, so you can see that if I spin that round, if you want to show the die, OK.
Here it is.
Yeah. So the big one where your finger is and your finger is at the other side is the one that I've die cut there. Yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Get it?
Got
okay.
it.
So spin it round again. And then the added bits, I've done 2 of them at the top. So we've got one which is an ear.
So that's that one.
Yep, so that's an ear and not a leaf or a petal because it's just shape. One round at the top here. And then the next one that we're going to add to it is the drop down one. So I've got glue on the back of my hand, or you could do it on paper, or you could go in with your spray glue. And lovely John Lockwood was going to let me borrow his spray glue, but I couldn't figure out. There was 2 of us trying to figure out which box it was in. We couldn't even open them. So I've gone with the regular PVA. Now, I've die cut this out of the handmade papers, which I know they're on the show as well. So the big handmade papers, this is one of the brown ones. Of course, you could die cut it out of, if you haven't got any brown paper, the one that Anne-Marie's done is on craft card, or if you've just got white cardstock, use your inks. So, but you could have a pink deer if you wanted. You could also make antlers for this as well, if you wanted to add to it. So Robbie was talking about it. Oh, you could make antlers.
Just divine, isn't it?
It's
What's
cool,
the nose? I'm fascinated. Is that like a? Is it a button, or is it something that Anne-Marie's made?
Oh, no, it's a button. It's
That's
a button,
so
but I'm not
nice.
using a button.
No, but it's so lovely.
Right, so again, a little bit of glue on the back there. So it's die cut out of the handmade papers. I'll get that. Oh, come on, you little devil. There we go. Right, get that one.
Oh, stop the press, everyone.
Yep.
53 minutes into hour number 1.
And everything falls off the counter.
Just carry on, Charmaine. Almost half the stock sold out and gone. I'm so sorry. I'm going home. I'm going home. That's it. I'm done. I'm so sorry.
It was a big puff and it went.
Honestly, every time I breathe in here, so sorry. But there you go. There
You're
was
like Superman, aren't you?
dramatic way to announce nearly half the stock gone. We're not nearly half the way through the day, though. That's the thing.
And you blew it all away.
I did. Well, we'll keep that for the Christmas tape. Merry Christmas, everyone. Derek strikes again. Jack, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Charmaine. I'm not sure. See, I can't even blame you for that in any way, shape or form. Your influence.
Maybe we were both studying, we both went together.
That was like the, that was like huff and puff and blow your house down there, wasn't it?
Where will the three little piggies come? We've got one that a stem that comes down, and you've got the shorter one. So this one is forming the neck. So we cross it over, and I can't take credit for this because it was Anne-Marie who had pulled it together. And when she showed me, well, I can't repeat what I actually said, but it was like words to bloody, bloody, blah. Yep. Absolutely awesome.
Yes.
So we bring that one up and lay that down, and you can. I should have lifted it a little bit further up, but you know, gonna run with it.
And that's the thing with Charmaine. Okay. You know how impressed she is by how many words that she can't say right now on the telly come out. I've learnt words from Charmaine. And I've lived, I thought.
I never used to say naughty words until me and Robbie got together.
Oh, there you go, see. It's good though, isn't it? It's good for the soul.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, bottom fish bananas. There we go. So we got his ear on there. Come on, stay down, matey. And then we're going to have this little tiny droplet coming out.
We're down to the last minute, just so that you know. Sorry. It's the last minute already.
Is it the bally bit first and then the droplet? It is, isn't it?
Yes, sorry, Dolly.
No, it's okay.
There you go.
I'll just, yeah. Get that one on first. And then what we've done is, what Anne-Marie did, or at least what I think she's done, is die cut out of white. And if we pop that one in there, so the inner pieces, you know, the second positive.
Yes, absolutely.
Then draw a circle to make the eyeball. So I put that one back in.
And this story will continue.
And then what I've done is I've taken one of the other dies.
She's not paying attention.
Come on, get
this
the nose
story will continue.
Later. There you go.
In an hour's time.
Half winking.
She might have both eyes in the next hour. Thanks, Charmaine. Back with Adam in an hour. Check out your basket.